welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. Today we're just gonna have a little chat. I've had a couple of people ask me about any like good or bad dates I've had, so I thought I'd do like a little chat about the whole dating thing, pretty much dating in lockdown, to be honest. And I've brought myself a cup of tea, so go and get yourself a cup of tea, get comfy and let's have a little chat. So when did I start? I started wanting to date pretty much around the start of lockdown. I went on to the dating apps, Bumble. Yeah, that's the one I was using at that time, Bumble. So I also, if you don't know, I separated from Alyssa's dad in the November, so I started dating in March. I say dating, online dating in lockdown, and if I'm being honest, I've just found it really hard. Like, I talk to people and the chat like wouldn't go anywhere. Well, there was this one guy that I spoke to, and we chatted and we FaceTimed and we spoke on the telephone. Telephone, that sounds so old school, doesn't it? Telephone and everything. And then one day he just didn't reply, and I think they call it ghosting. So that was like a bit of a knock. So then like I came off it again after that. I then like just was speaking to like the odd person, and then there was I'd say about a month ago, no, maybe like a month and a half ago, I've been speaking to somebody and again texting, like exchange numbers. I think this was from this was Tinder though, this one. So exchange numbers, we were talking and we spoke on the telephone. We didn't FaceTime, but we were talking on the telephone, and he was like, seemed quite nice. Like, he was very like, I'd say keen and like wanting to, I'd say like talking as if we were like going to be together. So we'd was talking about what we're going to do for our first date, and all of that. So I guess a month and a half ago we weren't in lockdown, so we would have been able to go on a date. Again, so sort of similar, didn't learn from the first one. And then it got to the day of going, well, first of all, we were supposed to go on a date and he cancelled on the day and said that something come up with work and he needed to rearrange it. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then, so we rearranged it for the following week. Again, speaking on the telephone, texting, all of that. Yeah, we got to the date. The date. I was spoken to him that day. He said he couldn't wait for the date, blah blah blah. And we were going to a restaurant. And about, so the date was supposed to be at 7. About 4, my last text didn't go through. Well, like, it got one tick on WhatsApp. And I was a bit like, oh, okay, like maybe he's got no signal or something. And then it sort of got closer to the 7 o'clock mark, and I was a bit like, hang on, this is a bit strange. So my cousin texts me to say, how's the date going? And I text back saying, well, it hasn't really happened yet. So she was like, well, hang on, and let's try and see if he's got any because I hadn't seen him on any social media accounts. So they were looking, my cousin and her boyfriend were looking him up on social media accounts, and also rung the restaurant that we were supposed to be going to, and there wasn't a table booked even though he said he booked a table. So that was like the first red flag, and I was a bit like, okay, this is strange. And then I rung the number, and it just like kind of went, I think, a block tone, like a sort of rang and then went doot 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 doot, and I was like, oh great. But then I rang it off, like, because I'm living currently with my mum. I rang it off her phone, and it did the exact same thing. So I was like, so I couldn't quite work that out. I still don't really know, basically, but I got ghosted again. Blocked, ghosted. That date didn't happen. So that, but in between those two, so in between the two ghosts, I'd been speaking to a that guy, and I think this was from Hinge, and we did actually go on a date. Like, I actually went on a date. I say I was nervous. Like, I don't know if I was nervous, because I think I just got to the point where I was like, obviously I like had nervous energy, but I wouldn't say I was like really, really like, can't do this. The day went really well. Like, we had lots of things in common. Like, there was like the conversation flowed. There was never any awkward moments. He let me borrow his mask. It was like fine, because I forgot my mask. And then like we spoke a little bit after that, and then I didn't hear from him. He didn't text me back. So yeah, that's basically how dating has gone for me in lockdown. There was times where I kind of would take it quite personally, and I thought, what is it that I'm doing? What is it about me that these guys don't like? But then I kind of took a step back from it, and I actually listened to a couple of podcasts and like read people's like blog posts and stuff, and I realised that I think I was attracting these type of guys. Like, I was attracting guys who behave like that. I sort of came to the realisation that it wasn't me. These people that just weren't meant to be in my life. They weren't, or they were supposed to be in my life, but like for a reason, to like help me to learn something. And I learned a lot from it, like from this online dating episodes. I learned a lot from it, like to not like give so much out, to not lay all your cards on the table, but just play it cool a little bit. Like, do, like, when I say play it cool, like obviously be you, and like don't play games, but like don't, like, because I tend to wear my heart on the sleeve and just go for it. So just, yeah. So where I am kind of at now is I've come off all internet dating apps, and I just believe I'm going to be someone who meets someone in real life. I say real life, like in the outside world. Like, I'm quite a bubbly, quite a chatty person, and I find texting and that kind of communication quite hard, because you can't really gather like their tone, or like what they like. Things can be misinterpreted, and you don't really know the person. Like, you don't get that vibe from them, which is what I found with online dating. You can't really get a vibe from someone. So yeah, I say I'm just kind of come off of it, and I'm just gonna like enjoy life all with myself. I'm gonna be moving into my flat like soon, so soon. Like, I can smell it so soon. Alyssa's at a beautiful age, and work is crazy busy, so I just think I'm just taking myself away. And like don't get me wrong, like, people say to me, but I met my partner on social media, like dating apps, and I've heard really good stories, but currently for me at the moment, I just don't think it's just it gave me a lot of negative energy and caused me a lot of stress that I didn't really need. So yeah, so that's basically how dating has gone in lockdown. I say how it's gone, it hasn't really gone anywhere, to be honest. Never mind. So I had one positive date, but I did have a couple of ghosting situations. And if you've ever been ghosted, I feel you, because it's really harsh, and it's really horrible, and it makes you feel rubbish. I'm sure there is some lovely guys out there on social media, I keep calling it social media, on these dating apps, but I didn't find them. I'm hoping he's going to be out there somewhere in a real life. Anyway, thank you for coming along and having a little chat with me. I haven't drunk much of my tea because I've been chatting. Please let me know down below if you've had any worse dating stories than me, or if you've had any positive ones to like give me hope. Like during lockdown, which will, because I did think like quite a lot of people I've spoken to said like about like FaceTime dates. So let me know if you've been on a FaceTime date. Thank you so much for coming along and chatting with me. Well, I say chatting, you've just been listening. And if you've got to the end of this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again next week for another video. Bye!